Hello again. So I've made some adjustments to our attack resolver tool here, our board. I did a bunch more, ran through this scenario a couple more times, realized there could be some efficiencies made, namely I've adjusted numbers here. Instead of making this activation, it's actually now cap, which made a lot more sense. It was a little bit hard to follow before. Some other notes here. I adjusted the notes for the base roll. I'm going to show you what that looks like in a moment. So, just recap the scenario. What we've got is red with 6,000 close combat units in status advance, and 6 legions from orange, the orange player, with 2,000 missile units firing in status attack. So the math is, I got a bunch of dice sitting on top of it at the moment, but the math is virtually the same. One thing that I included this time to make it more realistic to what's actually on this tool is the morale ratio addition. So we're going to assume it's close to a 1-to-1 morale ratio for this exercise, for this scenario. So we're actually adding 15 tokens to the red group for each player based on that table on the attack resolver. So what we've actually got, last time it was 42 effective units for red and 96 effective units for orange. Now we've got 111 in orange, the attacker, and 57 in red, the defender. So let's go through this as quickly as we can. 20 tokens goes in red. Then our spillover ends up being, according to all the numbers that we look at here in our rows, the activation of 12. So that means maximum or the activation, the cap of 12. It used to be activation, that's why I said that. Green ends up being 18, and this is really, it makes things quicker because you know these two groups add up to 50. So remember, we have 57 from red, so that means 7. Oh, sorry, that's if we're doing the defender. The attacker has 111. So the thing about black though is the function is green over 4. So whatever 111 minus 50 is 61. We divide that by 4 and put that number of chips here. That ends up being 15 tokens. And the cap for black is 22, so we haven't hit the cap. So that's where we stay. Now we do the defender. 20 tokens defender for red group. Same as the attacker, we got 12 in yellow. But here we have, sorry, green's the same, but here we have only 1 token in black, because what happened is at the cap of green we've got a total of 50 when we add everything up, and we got 7 tokens left over. 57 minus 50 is 7, and the formula here for black is green over 4, so 7 divided by 4 is just under 2, and that gets rounded down to 1. So then we look at what gets negated. Red's negated, yellow's negated, green is negated, and then 1 token from black gets negated on the attacker side. So we end up with 14 left over. So that's telling us we're going to be rolling 14d6, and we get the base roll for these two groups, 3d3 and 3d2. So again, I've compiled the dice in advance for us because I'm good like that. So there they all are, a bunch of d6 and d3. Oops, we had d6 hop out on us, but that's okay. So now we start organizing everything into groups of 10, just like before. So we got 6 and 4 there. We got 6, 2, and 2. We've got 6, 5, and 1. 6, 2, and 2. 5, 2, 2, 1. There's 4 there and 6, so it's an even 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So we got 60% losses on the attacker side.